The bow and arrow is a significantly more difficult weapon than, say, the baseball bat. And OG.Seed does best with a couple of bats. Coddle Ember, you get
Both
how
of
it
them,
works.
yeah.
You know how it works. And it's always got pretty much the same power level. These more complex lineups, that's when they tend to suffer.
You know, like their Liquid is pretty much calling the bait now, and they left both of these heroes through. The Kotl has been picked up obviously by OG. Now Liquid will Ember Grimstroke. Yeah, I think so.
Is that what they just picked? Because that's what it looks like.
Ember, there is a is it?
It's literally Ember. Yeah, I mean,
instantly into a DK from OG.Seed. Okay, I like these openings again from both of these teams. Ember Grimstroke obviously very strong. Ember is one of the best heroes in the meta. Liquid are playing it quite often. Dragonite as well. We don't see it as much as Ember, but it's really strong too. You have the combo with the Kotl as well.
I want to reiterate, this panel is not smart. It's just that this draft, like OG.Seed and Liquid are kind of, like they know what each other's going to do. And OG.Seed said, okay, Liquid is giving them Coddle. OG.Seed accept it. Liquid is prepared with Grimstroke Ember in response. And OG.Seed, like, again, it's sort of like chess openings, really. Yeah, it's like they got all the way down to like move 12, and this is the innovation, which is okay. So you knew this was going to happen. What is it that you're getting that you're okay giving away Ember Grimstroke when you have the Coddle? It's DK. So you do have like this double stun component, double breathe fire. It's not 100% overlap, but it's a nice combination, and it's good.
I like
to kill the Ember.
I like it more about just having that Will-O-Wisp with the DK. Once he starts pushing, you always, if they will try and assault him, they will try and go on that DK, and then you have that Will-O-Wisp to just reset the fight.
They're also comfortable playing it on the side lane, so it's still open.
Yeah. On any position, pretty much. One, two, three.
If you notice, the bans from Liquid are all primarily geared towards disrupting OG.Seed's ability to take towers easily, specifically DP and Beastmaster. Pango Bristle for that like mid-game team fight.
I'm surprised Liquid is answering instantly to this DK with a Monkey pick, because I'm not the biggest fan. I know that the Monkey King can win that lane, but most of the time what I have seen so far is you pick this Monkey to counter the DK, you even out on the lane, you don't really counter him that hard. Perhaps if he uses that first Dragon Form and you're around, you can stop it with a couple of rotations, but it's not your clear-cut counter, which it was, let's say, a few months back before Dragonite was such a strong hero as he is at the moment.
I don't know if they'll pick it here, but it's a very nice Shadow Demon game for OG. I don't really like it too much with the Coddle as my other support, but you can effectively render the Jingu unusable under the duration from the Monkey. You get rid of the Ember Shield and the Grimstroke Shield if you were to place it on him. So it's a lot of cool combinations, but it's just, to me, not the kind of hero I want against Liquid. I think that they sort of suffer. I see them as the spiritual successor to like the old school MVP lineup from like TI5, TI6. And the way you answer them is to be able to outfight them, to have answers. I remember we played this, you remember Immortals when QO and effectively the real successor to MVP, and the Willow is nice, I'll get to it in a second, but they would always fight you. So they would beat a lot of NA teams and they would lose to us because we would just pick battle heroes and battle them, and they would run at us, and we'd have Warlock and Willow, and we'd giggle because they would just try and fight us and they couldn't fight us and we'd win. It was that simple. And this Willow I actually really like because it gives you that same massive area control. Liquid love to do battle as 5. It's tough to do that if you're not taking out one of these two supports, preferably both before the fight starts.
And you have two heroes that are really good at that. They pretty much excel at taking space in those fights. That's your Kotl and Dark Willow. Also, it's pretty decent versus the Monkey, right? Because you can always kind of just shoo him away from his arena. They do have some AoE versus her though. There's Grimstroke, that's pretty solid versus Dark Willow at every single stage of the game. Monkey as well has that Boundless Strike to work with, so it already looks like Dark Willow isn't going to have the best game, but the Terrorize definitely comes in handy here.
So far, right, we're seeing maybe better in terms of what we're seeing from OG.Seed and the ability to fight at this stage, but this can still all greatly change when it comes to it. You've mentioned, Lizard, about the Monkey King maybe not being the direct counter to Dragonite. What would have been your other pick coming in there?
I really don't know. I don't see many heroes winning versus Dragonite that hard on the mid lane. What was the best lane so far versus DK on that mid lane?
Probably just Razor or Timber. Timber doesn't
Timber,
do
alright,
great,
yeah, but we don't see Timber. It's most
Necro.
likely banned out. Necro, yeah, Necro is pretty solid. We have seen some TA games work out really well for the TA.
You don't. I think you might win the lane, but DK in general is a good hero against TA. Your natural halberd buyer, your ult burns through refraction, damage reduction.
Remaining.
Yesterday there was just a matchup in which if TA gets that Blink Dazzle fast enough, suddenly your armor doesn't look that strong any longer. They find ways of dealing with you.
Now, as you can see, Liquid kind of recognize the scenario here. Earth Spirit, arguably, well, not arguably, it has the highest reach of any 4 position, and that's the name of the game here. It's just divide. Get the Willow, get the Coddle, kill him.
You
and
have
that's
the
what they're
old
aiming
school
for.
combo Inkswell with the Rolling Boulder as well from the Earth Spirit. It's also another hero that deals well with the Dark Willow and her Dark Realm or whatever it's called. It's easy to get her, she can't even TP out, so...
So in terms of what Liquid's got for now, as we get on to their 4th pick there, what's the missing piece that they're going to be looking for, obviously, before we even see what OG.Seed, what are they missing in terms of maybe some team fight in there?
It's hard to say. I think they can react to the next pick as well because their cores are very versatile. It can be your position 3 as the last pick, but it can also be a Mickey hero as the last pick. And they can put the monkey safely and they can put the monkey mid. It's
Riki.
Alright, Ricky. You could go for a boxy Slardar perhaps as well. Helps versus the Dragonite a bit, helps versus the Ricky. Isn't the best lane with the Earth Spirit.
Kyle's back to not feeling so happy with what he's looking at.
They could go for a bat on Liquid as well. That would be pretty solid.
The thing about the Riki is it works best with a strong
remaining.
combo with it in lane, which you don't really have, and with
5 seconds
some
remaining.
heroes that are going to cause chaos, preferably that are durable. Riki does best with a little bit of time to sort of pick his entry position, you know? You don't have that. You need some hero to keep the supports alive. Liquid are the ones jumping you.
And there's so many good heroes for Liquid right now that they can pick. Like, I love the bat, by the way, for them. If it's not banned out, it isn't. Soxy is really good on it. Slardar is also pretty solid.
Double last. I love whenever you have some double ult target that pierces BKB to go with the Grimstroke ult. We saw with Bloodseeker from OG the other day. Beastmaster's banned out, but Doom is bad hero, unless the mid one's playing in mid on 200 ping, I guess. And then Bat Rider is the other big one.
With
That's true.
So yeah, the Mars ban basically on OG.Seed they need another frontliner next to DK, and it's also really good with your Willow. Gives you another one of those arenas to work with.
You also need damage. I want some spread damage, some mixed spread damage. You have no real magical burst right now outside of a Willow LT, and that's very unreliable. And once again, Liquid have all these methods to stay
It
alive.
looks easier. It looks easier again for Liquid.
Like Coddle Riki's not real. There's no real lockdown other than the DK stun, and that's DK stun doesn't really deal damage. I want something that makes this Riki's game easier to play. I could see a Darkseer come out.
Really? Yeah. With Earth Spirit as well. Yeah. Why not?
No, for OG.Seed.
With what though? Isn't it a difficult lane for him? Overall,
It's not easy, but I'm not sure what else you're going to draft for Zibe here.
Yeah.
Unless you just give him the DK, which is likely, I would say, last pick a mid hero. And okay, I can dig that as well. Ench off lane. So it's Ench Willow potentially against the monkey, but to your point, now you've revealed that DK is likely mid, immediately bad.
Yeah.
That hero doesn't deal with bad. I can't. They didn't ban bad.
They didn't. They banned the Centaur for some reason. I was questioning it. The Bat Rider just looks even better.
I thought they banned Bat when they picked Ench.
No, they banned the Centaur. I was just waiting for either Bat or Slardar to come out, and now with the Enchantress picked in, the Bat looks much better. It is a decent Enchantress game. You can purge Inkswell, you can purge Monkey's Flame Guard as well. Pretty solid for her. But if it is an Enchantress core, Bat Rider just eats you alive. You literally, if you get lassoed with a couple of stacks and Firefly, you're just dead. It isn't an easy Enchantress game.
This draft is 4 wet noodles that will deal damage if they're not just destroyed, and a DK who will survive in theory, but he's going to lose his lane, and he's playing against massive magical damage, including a Bat Rider. How does OG.Seed ever take a fight if Grimstroke ult? Think of it like this. 5 heroes walk at each other in the river, and everyone casts their spells. You know, straight up Mexican standoff into blasting each other. Liquid win immediately because you get a double lasso off. In theory, OG.Seed, like
so much damage.
Coddle, what is Coddle ult set up for? Like Willow ult? How does Willow ult get set up for? There's no. How do you keep people in a Riki cloud? There's no real method of winning fights other than DK stun and to kill one guy and to kill the next guy. All of these heroes deal single target damage.
And it's so much easier to execute for Liquid. For OG.Seed, it looks like if they get a really good laning stage, then perhaps the Enchantress will be too tanky. Same goes for DK, and then you might be able to snowball and push, but man, it looks like Liquid have their number, and it looks much easier to execute with all these heroes. Even if you're on the downside, down low, you can come back in the game.
So you're both going for Liquid in this one again. Carl looks massively disappointed. We're looking at a 2-0.
I'm disappointed in OG.Seed's drafts today as well.
And we've been praising him in the past so well.
You give credit to where credit's due. The Liquid has got solid openers.
Yep.
I really like the way that they frame their draft. You pick Monkey maybe a little early, but it works out just fine. I think that they recognize the win condition with the Earth Spirit pickup, and then they have the Dream 22 pick. And we can say it, and it's not that we're smart and we see the bat coming, it's that it's a dream bat game.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to stop you guys for now, though. We're going to get into the game. I know you guys will talk about this for as long as possible. The draft seems to have gone in the favor of Liquid. Let's see if they can pull off the 2-0, and let's get back with Toby and Lacoste and see if they agree with what the analysts had to say here.
Yes, thank you very much to the panel who keep things very positive. As always, making it feel like this is definitely a 50-50 game. Even the win probability before we even start is 52% in favor of Team Liquid. I don't know how that 2% changes, but it seems at least on the draft we give them an extra 2%.
Maybe they just, spent more gold, more effectively.
Sure. I actually wonder, like, if you buy smoke at like at the very start, if the game is instantly, they've got more resources than the other team, which means they should have a better chance.
Well, maybe you have like a sentry. You're playing against invis heroes. It increases your win probability. You never know what
you would think win probability should take into account a little bit of draft at the beginning. That would be interesting. Defensive walls have been placed down by Coinfer and a smoke move from OG. All 5 heroes together looking to try and fight. And so far they're up against 4. Batrider is the only hero who is not here on the bottom. Oh, and of course Monkey King. He's bounced out.
Well, Kyle wanted to see a Mexican standoff.
Let's see. Kind of got one.
Yeah. The only one who's missing is Bo3.
Send the courier in. I'm sure that's definitely not a king of something. And OG now have to make their own choice. It's the easiest initiation too, even though obviously you've gone for like Stone Remnants to begin with from the Earth Spirit. The roots are down. Z-Freak able to get 2 of the stuns and not getting Inkswell, getting Stroke of Fate level 1 from Insania. You don't go Blinding Light, and we don't go Inkswell.
The battle
and no one really cares about the first outposts.
We really don't. The problem with the OG's lineup is everything is single target. You have no abilities like Dragonite hits level 2 with the splash, Bedlam. I just feel like this is a huge outdraft from Team Liquid, and it's such a free Batrider game. And Bo3, man, if he has a good laning stage, he will deliver. Like Bo3 can either be the best or the worst player in the team, but if you give him good early stage, you know he's gonna do some awesome stuff.
I love the way you can phrase things. Mickey's in a little bit of trouble. The blast from Pexu's able to connect, and Mickey's got a little more life. Actually brought down. OG will spill first blood with this aggressive tri-lane. Just to start with, Pexu's now rotated up towards the top lane. No clarities to work with, but he'll lend his now -2 on the base damage base attack.
Single target spells are good if there's a hero who's alone. And you have 3 against 1. I want to see how mid matchup goes. It's definitely Monkey King favored, but Dragonite, he is also a thick little boy.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this exact matchup, as I just begged the question, like, well, Monkey King wins against most melee versus melee matchups, but how's this actually meant to go down with Koitva versus, like, a Monkey versus a DK?
I've seen Dragonite is doing extremely well. I'll call it like 60-40, 65-35 for Monkey. Also, Dragon Knight received the buff in terms of like him getting extra regen on the tower. I mean, Monkey has the same whale, but you know, Dragon Knight will be standing closer to his tower, so that's 1 extra regen per second on top of Dragon Blood. Also, I want to see if Monkey brings Orb of Venom, then it becomes much easier for him to be in this lane, and he is bringing one like nothing else. He just brought himself a healing salve, and that's it.
He's got one more jump available. He's going after Boxy. Boxy needs more life to survive, but there's an Illuminate flying his way, and Boxy will get brought down. Matara wants to send a message that, remember, I have 2 Blink Strikes now. And Mickey gets to lose his courier too. Z-Freak always on the hunt. They've got 2 observer wards actually on either side of the tier 2 tower on bottom, thanks to this aggressive smoke move from OG very early on. They see so much inside the Radiant jungle. They don't see anything else anywhere else, but at least they'll know whenever a courier comes out.
I was just watching the mid lane. Like, Koika hit him 6 times in a row. 3 of these were with Jingo Mastery. And Dragon Knight is still full HP, didn't even use the tangos. So in this matchup, I feel like Dragon Knight should be played more aggressive. Like, you still have high regen, so you're gonna regen up. You need to be closer to the creeps, keep dragging them every single time they get, so you pull them a little bit closer to your tower, what Jesse is doing right now.
Insane near. You protect that courier. And back behind the tier 1 tower. Top lane, Peksu, the kick comes through. There's already 3 charges of sticky napalm on him. He'll get back underneath the tower. Same for Madara.
Peksu definitely not an easy kill to get. He got 2 kills, which means he has boots and the magic stick. 375 movement speed. You can't just really get on top of him. Well, unless you're in a bad spot, but still the move speed should get him out of the trouble.
And Tania's picking up so much farm because I think Mickey's realized he can't reach these range creeps all the time. So Grimstroke's just using his Stroke of Fate as Mickey goes down. 1 Bramble, can't find an easy path out, and then gets hit too easily by these Impetus.
Enchantress is really good against like Ember Spirit, removing the Flame Guard. He doesn't have it, but at one point he will have it. So also you can dispel Inkswell, which is a pretty big deal in the laning stage. You don't have to care about getting stunned or any extra damage. This bottom lane is not going too well for Liquid, even though in terms of CS, like Mickey has 21, but he still died 2 times.
Yeah. Watch that net worth counter, see what's actually effective. But yeah. For what felt like a very one-sided panel review of this game, we're 5 minutes in. OG.Seed 3 kills up. They have 3 heroes in the top 4 net worths. Monkey King is number 1 on the board. So Koifa is having a happy time here. But Mickey just seems to be really nailed by this Enchantress. Okay, Root, Inkswell, maybe it's time to turn this thing around. That Enchantress is dropping a little bit low, but now Z-Freak will create an extra bit of space. Careful of the couriers once again. These things are valuable. And Insania is low on life. Z-Freak wants to finish the job, but he's not going to chase into the trees. These trees are a dangerous place in darkness, and Zibe getting very close to bringing Mickey down with the bonus damage from Z-Freak, but doesn't achieve it. So salve up from Ember.
I mean, you're playing Ember Spirit, a melee hero, against 2 range ones. Enchantress is getting so much of this lane, and they have ways of dispelling Inkswell, so you don't have a combo. One of the reasons why the lane is not going so well.
I just can't believe like Jesse is so far behind Koitva. You had a little interaction from, well, actually it was Z-Freak who rotated in towards the mid before to help out the DK. He's got Dragon Form, so maybe he wants to get a little bit more aggressive, but we'll see what Z-Freak can do. Dragon Form is up. You want to give him another hit. Peksu, the Chakram, doesn't really give him a lot to work with. The Monkey King just runs to the north. All 3 heroes of OG.Seed get connected with the Stroke of Fate, and Insania arrive very quickly.
This could backfire if they continue. Monkey King with double damage, 2 points in Boundless Strike. could easily turn things around. But this is such a powerful combo, like Keeper of the Light and Dragonite, reducing the cooldown of the stun.
Wait, no Inkswell, he just rolled it in. Koifa followed up with the pounce. You can slow down Chessie, but they can't get Koifa in range of OG, so he's unable to actually inflict the damage.
Mickey on the bottom lane, he might drop. One impetus should be enough. He misses the chains.
He's actually going to walk back. Was that I guess an urn coming out, but it's still going to be a very long walk for an Ember Spirit. They're used to having level 6, just TP back and then come back to the lane. Nice and quick, low cooldown time. Oh. Not even getting this.
Ricky is a sneaky little bastard, very hard to kill. I don't know which hero you ban, either ban Techies or I ban Ricky in my pubs. It's so annoying to play against. Like, sometimes you need to bring 2 dusts or a dust plus a sentry to grab a kill, and you might not even get it. Like, he has 2 blink strikes, which means he can reposition himself, and then tricks of the trade to buy some extra time, you know, for any kind of rotation from his teammates.
ES has rotated up towards the top lane, so trying to work with Bo3 to catch out either Ricky or the Keeper of the Light. You'll take either. Mick, I guess, had the horrendous line for, like, you can't even disjoint like the impetus. Like, you just throw it out. A little bit of arc lightning or chain lightning from the Harpy, and already Mickey, he's only just arrived back at the lane. He's consuming as many tangos as he can. Maybe he's trying to put down happy trees and get a little bit more efficiency or whatever you can get. As this lane is, it's lost when he's one-on-one. Mid lane, EK's got Dragon Form off cooldown again. Z-Freak? Okay, it took him a second to respond to it. Insania, who was there. This time you get the rolling boulder into the Inkswell stun. A pushback from Pexu trying to create the space, but Chessie needs a lot more life. The Blast will connect on 4 heroes from Liquid who are all there to kill the Dragon Knight.
Dragonite is such a tough nut to crack. Maybe if he had a magic wand, he would get a couple of the charges. Not sure if it would be enough, but still you want to get that item. Your level 10 talent also got nerfed. So from 3 extra mana to 2, which is pretty big. Not in this game, but in general, since in this game you have Keeper of the Light replenishing your mana. How do you gank this Enchantress? This is the problem. You need to bring like a Batrider. He has Flaming Lasso. Fort is on cooldown at the moment. Even Madara's rotating to the bottom. They're just making Mickey's life miserable.
I wonder how fast Chessie actually kills off these stacks. You can give him the Chakra. I think Pex is about to copper. Oh yeah, he had to pull that back a little bit faster. Or else he would have just stolen every single last hit. But this is good money for the DK. Tiger's rotating over, so he's going to see the stack being taken. Pexu just uses Chakra, blinding light into a Dragon Tail stun. Earth Spirit actually being killed off as well by the neutrals. He goes for a quick kick, tries the run. Bramble, it doesn't actually connect. So Tiger will just have to outrun it for another 5 seconds till he has Rolling Ball to back off cooldown. Already triggered the 4 sick charges. And Chessie, Dragon Tail stun, and a Breathe Fire will finish the job. But look who's coming over to try and contest the stack. Bo3 is there, he's working with Insania, able to get the stun over on Z-Freak, who's looking for that last bit of damage to come out. He's so low on life inside the firefight. Only hope is denial. No, it won't happen. Bo3 can see over into the pit.
I've seen 2 teams a couple of days ago just being in the jungle. There were a bunch of stacks and there were 10 heroes trying to contest one of the stacks. I've never seen that in my life.
It's like, hey, is this an Alchemist game? Also get to look at Mickey just hiding behind a tier 1 tower on bottom lane. This is against a catapult wave pushing into his tower. They're going to bring in ES. They need the follow-up stuns. That's why Grimstroke comes in. Now, who does he want to give to? Mickey? Tiger, rolling ball to 4, get the follow-up stuns with the chains. Not the perfect Tiger, but it won't matter. Mickey still has the damage to finish the job.
Yeah, Liquid understands the lanes were not going well. for the first like 6-7 minutes, and now they need to rotate one extra hero more than they would.
Here we go. Again, Madara looking for his target. The Will-O-Wisp comes down from Keeper of the Light and buys a lot more time now for Madara to continue his fight forward as they get the jump in. But my god, that Magnetize doing his job. Koifa and Tiger trying to stand their ground. Z-Freak's doing a lot more damage himself. No, he doesn't. He's dead, but so is Koifa. Mickey having to be that last surviving core to get the work done. Tiger trying to stand with him, gets another kick forward. Left ears continue to ring. Madara just wants to finish his TP out to safety. He's able to do so, but Chessie stands his ground. But now Zive will also arrive, and we'll see who's really got the bigger flames. They said Batrai's a great counter to the Enchantress, and Zive doesn't want any piece of it at all. But TP's arriving from the Keeper of the Light. A blinding light will buy some extra space, but there's so many sticky napalm charges up. He has a double kill.
I thought he's gonna channel his young 11 and try to go for a kill on Pexu, but he controlled himself, which is pretty surprising, knowing how Bo3 plays sometimes. Now he has the Boots of Travel finished, Windlace, Faded Brooch. He's zooming 445 without Firefly. Let's see when he uses it. 502 move speed, not too bad. 12 minutes in, considering all the heroes' movement speed got nerfed.
You know, I'm very interested to see where like Dota Plus gets its numbers from. Like it was actually pushing it at 90% at one point at the win probability for OG.Seed, and it's still hovering around 82% at the moment.
82% for Liquid?
And for OG.Seed.
Well, I believe someone's gonna get fired for, you know, pumping those numbers. Those are fake numbers.
This is how the betting companies get their stuff. Nope. Nope. Something more official. Yeah. Let's move on. Very smooth transition.
Back to the bottom lane. Earth Spirit going for Necrobook. I've seen that build. Like it was so popular when they first made Tusk with the new spell tag team. I'm surprised no one is building that on Tusk. It still works.
Ricky with a quick jump. Bo3's got the movement speed, also got the Dust of Outlaw. Gonna lasso Madara back, and they get Bo3 out of range of the Will-O-Wisp, but they haven't finished the job yet. Madara tricks the trade, but bounces back up into Madara. Still going down. Magnetize is a real issue for OG.Seed as Liquid chalk up another 2. That's just getting all the space in the world up on the top lane to keep his pressure up.
You can see they're not expecting Batrider to be. He does fast. He gets out Will-O-the-Wisp because of that extra movement speed he gets from the items. Like Faded Brooch, I believe Faded Brooch is the best tier 1 items. Sometimes pro players are even considering leaving Faded Brooch over some, not tier 2, but tier 3 items.
Trying to fight again. They're looking for DK. Rolling ball to 4. They got the follow-up stunts. Can be almost perfectly comboed. Double silence. The Skullbind double silence. Jesse can't get into that dragon form, but they haven't got the kill yet. Now OGS, they bring the numbers to the fight. And Tiger tries to sacrifice himself, but it doesn't stop a Ricky from keeping the chase going. Is there a pounds forward? There is another one from Madara. He needs more heroes, however. Now it's currently 4-on-1. But the rest of OG.Seed are coming, and they are as 5 underneath the outpost. The Fear pushing Ember Spirit further back, but the Flame Break also doing its job. A lot of sticky napalm charges up, so OG.Seed having a hard time keeping the chase going, and Z-Freak is currently clipped. He would like to TP out of this, but he's a little uncertain about what vision is nearby him. Another Dragon Tail stun. Chessie putting that Blink Dagger to work. He bought it just before this fight. Was able to help ensure the kill on Insania with it.
It's very crucial that Madara gets a good timing on his Diffusal Blade. He is afraid of like Grimstroke Soulbind. He's afraid of Searing Chains, so he can't use his spells. Mid lane, what's happening on the mid lane? Just a quick blink out.
The Flame Break from Bo3 was actually too far back, so Chessie didn't get repositioned, didn't get hit, so Koifa's like bounce forward, didn't actually connect. So they miss a big opportunity on the DK because he just blinks away to safety.
So yeah, once Ricky gets his Diffusal Blade, which is going to be now, just needs to kill this Catapult. He can kill any hero on the map. They have no defensive abilities, no defensive items yet.
Bye, Z3.
We heard that a lot in game number 1.
That's a little unlucky for him this time around. I'm uncertain what he wanted to achieve behind the tier 1 tower, but when you get hit by Napalm and Liquid have this much maneuverability, you're not going to survive.
I'm glad that Jesse went for breathe fire damage reduction on level 10, minus 24 on top, so it's 50% reduction. That's actually pretty huge. Like, compared to the other talent plus 2 mana region, and you have Keeper of the Light in your team, and this is the combo. Like, Keeper of the Light will just want to either lower the cooldown on Dragonite spells or on Ricky's Blink and Tricks of the Trade. So you don't have to rely on mana that much.
The opposite story for Mars. Coif escaping a lot of pressure on that top lane. Catapult waves again, pushing in, and no one from OG really up here to try and do the defense. Observers from Team Liquid give them early warning systems if someone is coming to defend.
Also a big stack of Ancients is being cleared out by OG.Seed right now.
Oh, that's nice. A Philosopher's Stone. More money for someone who doesn't attack at all. Well done, T-Free. And you'll take the Van Brace. Hey, DK, don't stop attacking. Let me pick up items for you.
He's going straight into BKB on Dragonite, which I really like. Like, Jesse's game decision making has been great so far. They have no abilities besides Lasso.
Link up. The Freak to begin with. Mickey's going to be there to follow up, rolling boulder forward, and once again the Magnetites are going to turn on. A great double silence, and this is right on the end of the Dragon form too. He may not even have time to run out, but the Soulbind actually locks over towards Zibe, so he can try and focus down a little bit more onto Tiger. Now Monkey King finally arrives into the Wukong's command. They're just trying to hold Chessie in position, and they bring him down. Insania with the double kill. Peksu, he's going to be collateral as he was trying to retreat out to the west, but OG.Seed lose 4 heroes, and that is not the way they thought the fight was going to begin. But what a Blink Dagger reveal arriving in for Bo3.
Yeah, they're also executing this so well. Grimstroke, 4 points in Inkswell, then Tiger rolls in mid-air, get the maximum efficiency out of it. Ricky deeping mid.
Yeah, he's going after the Tiger. He's got the fuse blade up and running. That's the easiest way to hold people inside the smoke screen. Chasing Necro books too. Easy money.
Okay, so he's going for Necro 3, which is okay. You're playing against Ricky. You can get a lot of D-wards, a lot of gold from that. And you become so tanky. You have enough mana regen. Like level 3 gives you 18 strength.
Not too shabby at all. Well, we've seen the Bracer builds coming on the ESs, but I guess this works just as well. It gives you a little bit more push power, which is something that Liquid do lack. They don't destroy down buildings, not until they're a lot bigger, so they can keep killing off OGS, but it's harder to take objectives.
Next set of items is coming very fast for Team Liquid. There's gonna be Deso on Monkey. You want to have a Deso or any kind of power hero member in your team.
Both breaking the rolling ball. Tiger doesn't get out in time. Chessie just blinks forward and blocks the path. So down with the ES, and Liquid are in full retreat. It was them who were setting up the gank.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But all around the 20-minute mark. Oh, jump forward from Madara. Smoke screen up. Will-O-Wisp too. Bo3 isn't getting out of this one. All of your item choices won't save you from that initiation. And they want more. Chessie jumping forward. McKay has to use the Remnant to get away to safety.
A lot of great ways of defending Will-O-Wisp. Either Dragonite Stun, Blinding Light, and most importantly, Terrorize from Dark Willow. And also you can see that Pex is not afraid of using ulti just to secure a kill, so him and Ricky are playing together. Robo. Alright, I guess you can give that to either... Yeah, Enchantress is a good holder of this, yeah. I was just thinking about it. It's a good item on Dragonite as well, but Dragonite has a Van Brace, which you prefer over this one.
Alright, Liquid. Where is this combination that you were really starting to get yourself back in the game with? It was missing when they first ganked up the mid, and then after that there was always this ink swell, get a character to the front lines.
Radiant's top
Mainly
tower is under attack.
Earth Spirit. But they're going to give Tiger the top lane to farm up instead, and they also gave him the Philosopher's Stone, so already up at level 2 book. Gonna give you more space as well for Mickey to finish up Spirit Vessel. Some critical items that Liquid want before the next engagement. But it may not stop Boxy from going for the easy pickup. Z-Freak, really nice knowing you again, man. You cannot hide in the Shadow Realm from the flames.
So that's gonna be a tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Also, Liquid, they need BKB on Monkey King so he can stand his ground. There's like only Impetus, some right clicks from Dragonite and Ricky, but he needs to be able to take care of himself. There's not a single defensive item so far on their side. Grimstroke going for a Force Staff, still a recipe away.
They're on the hunt. Rolling Boulder from Tiger. That goes in very deep on top of Pexu. They want the Enchantress, or do they? Moving on to the side, Madara. They're just chasing down Keeper of the Light. They want the Will-O-Wisp taken out at the moment, but Madara just jumps for the Will-O-Wisp. Still ended up going off, so Pexu will end up surviving. The rest of the heroes, Ember Spirit as well as Grimstroke couldn't get there. One Purge Creep was holding it back. Just solos up Insania. Madara's in a lot of trouble. Mickey trying to battle out. He's got Slaughter Fist back off cooldown. It's a good stun from Koifa, controlling up Madara. Can't find the extra life, but maybe it's time for Chessie to get the hell out of there. Necrobooks are chasing him down. He'll run up the hill. Boxy, no actual lasso available for him. And Chen trying to send the Centaur forward to battle for them. BKB from Chessie can now help him stand. Koifa, perfect dodge with the mischief. And now he can look for his own fight. Looking for the line for the stun. Has to wait the BKB off from Chessie before he's going to have a chance for this one. And Chessie back to the tier 2 tower, but still not safe for Koifa. A perfect jump forward. Enchantress as well as Pexu, both being caught out. The TP out will end up happening for the Enchantress, but everyone else from OG is dead.
Oh, I don't think OG.Seed can fight if Ricky is dead. And also there was a little bit of misplay when I said, oh, Mickey. He cut down the tree that Monkey was standing on with the Fire Remnant. So Monkey was stunned for 4 seconds. Oops. Oopsie, yep. Ricky's so close to his BKB, just the Ogre Axe. Actually 600 gold only.
You'll definitely need that. The rest of Liquid having huge items. And support Earth Spirit now has a level 3 Necro book up and running. Your Spirit Vessel is completed. Force Arm's getting close with the Grimstroke. You've got Destillator and Echo Saber already on Koifa. Once he has the BKB, he'll be able to stand a lot stronger. And up on top lane, Boxy. Has he actually... He hasn't completed it yet, has he? No, he hasn't.
Taiga sent Necro Warriors wrong way. There were 2 observer boards standing close to each other, but he sent them at the bottom part of the map.
Aww. And instead, 4 men smoke up. Why send them around the bottom? They're looking for a fresh target. And they're going to find one. Boxy up and towards the air. Once again, Z-Freak, the punching bag of OGS, having a very hard time getting away. Hunt inside the Shadow Realm. Earth Spirit is locked up by the Bramble. But now Soulbind, double silence, and the jump forward. Side of Fist and Syrian Chase. Big A wants to jump back out again, but the lasso is there. They're holding him together. They just come back out. Koifa arrives with his own double damage rune inside the Wukong's command. At least Chessie had the BKB to help him survive. And they'll buy back on Enchantress, so OG.Seed have all 3 cores back up again and running.
No Dragonite form, no BKB on him. Like Insania kept spamming get back instantly after he died, and he saw a buyback from Zib. With that Deso, if they take another good fight like this, they could easily transition that into Roche. They don't necessarily need to take another fight before Monkey gets a BKB.
Radiant are scanning.
The hunt is out from Ricky. Does he actually walk under that Radiant scan, Koifa? He's right in the... Yeah, it pings. It pings. Koifa might have thought about jumping down onto that wave. Instead, he just throws out the Boundless Strike and gets the hell out. And now Madara will show himself. He knows.
A very good read from Koifa.
I see the line inside to be drawn up by an Insania. Do you want to decode that little squiggle? I think we need to control this bottom area, keep them enclosed up on the north.
Even Ember's going for a BKB, which I like. Like the itemization in this game is giving me like chills what they did with the talents.
Everything is a lot nicer this game.
It
It's
is.
just a one-sided affair.
It really
Like,
is.
that's all we need from a panel. Just say it's gonna be a one-sided affair, so it doesn't have to be anymore. There's only a 3k gold advantage going the way of Liquid. However, it's about 7,000, 8,000 in the experience. OG, like, it feels like they're a decent way
Dire's
behind.
top tower is under attack.
Jesse. Observer and Sentry is down from Team Liquid. As the smoke breaks, they see so much, but same for OG.Seed. Madara doesn't stop him jumping forward. He wants his kill over on Tiger.
Tiger's
The rolling boulder
tanky.
out will be successful. Gotta get through
2,000
almost
HP.
2.1k. Yeah, that's a lot.
Very hard to bring down. And he just keeps summoning every single time it's off cooldown. Use that Necro Book. Try to devour to get any kind of vision. Monkey with
Madara.
destruction.
Going for his fight. Koifa's gonna BKB up. Madara has to hide inside the tricks of the trade. Koifa wants his own fight, but Madara burns his own BKB. Looking for his extra target. They dust him up. Koifa standing inside the Wukong's command. Now Sleight of Fist searing chains needs to connect over on Madara, but instead they find Chessie. He'll BKB and Dragon Bomb, and Boxy in range of the Enchantress. Just Rainbow Cannon down. They'll lose the Necro Books as well.
Liquid, very awkward fight from them. Like Monkey King ulti did not catch anything. Same goes for Will-O-the-Wisp.
And each target you thought they were going on just triggers a BKB.
Liquid's lineup is very good at disengaging a fight. How many 4-stars do they have right now? Only one I see on Grimstroke. Yeah, but they need to care about Ricky and his Cloud. If they can stay out of it, both spirits can just get out. The BKBs are flying.
Dragon Tail stuns that from Chessie. Tiger was trying to get a rolling boulder away. Monkey King was waiting for his own jump up as Tiger just gets pushed away with a rolling boulder. Now Dragon Tail stun from Chessie. Is there a follow-up? No, Monkey King's gonna let him die.
Another stun. He's just perma-stunning people with Keeper of the Light combo.
Feels a little too easy when you've got a chakra.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And what's the trade-off here? Koifa is at least cleaning up the top wave. So without this wave, it's very difficult for OG.Seed to add a lot of pressure on the northern side. And Koifa can keep the farm going inside the jungle. He's holding an Orb of Destruction, so he's a very powerful hero to try and bring down. And going in for an Aghanim Scepter too.
I can't understand.
The rest of Stopline's out, and they got extra control. The double lasso pull him deeper inside the Wukong's command with a follow-up stun. The perfect control. Enchantress and TK, the two big cores that have been pains in the ass for Liquid. They are the two that stand side by side and get lassoed.
Oh man, Earth Spirit even picked up Essence Ring plus Ogre Axe, so he will have like 2.7k HP. Straight into Roche Pit, Orb of Destruction plus a Deso will be more than enough. Dragonite, he does have a buyback. No, he does not. Okay,
no,
that's not his gold. Like I was, because he disconnected.
Just bring up your buyback status. The only one who's got it is actually it's Z-Freak. He's the only one who saved the money. Even Coddle is short of the cash.
I'm wondering whose gold is pointing out if he's disconnected. My screen had 2K.
It's bugged. The same thing happened to Misery yesterday. It's just a bug. I think sometimes, like when I play these DCs, it looks like all the neutral gold, or like what was that? Like you remember you had that with like Warcraft 3 Dota, but actually take into account all the gold that like the towers and the creeps had managed to achieve.
Yeah. You're a smart guy, Toby, and you remember some old stuff. One of the reasons why I like you.
That has no relevance anymore.
Dota changes so much. Like, I did not expect it to have so many patches, but you know, I struggled just testing things out.
Yeah,
Since there's
it's all right.
no DPC
As
tournament.
long as you remember about 20%, you should be fine.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So new items get to be picked up from the jungle as everyone realized that we can actually hit neutral still. Got the Greater Fairy Fire and the Orb of Destruction in for OG. They're still missing 2 more of their tier 3 items. Well, the Titan Slither, it's arrived up for Liquid, and they've got better ways to also defend high ground. Repair kits there for them too.
Paladin Sword. It's a very good item on Dragonite. All amplifies all your regen and healing, and you already have Dragon Blood.
Yeah, he's sitting at 25.6 a second. Sure.
Problem is, there's a Spirit Vessel, and Nikkei has some charges right now.
You feel pretty crappy when you're like, okay, I'm going to use Greater Fairy Fire and sit on the DK. Actually gave up the Paladin Sword for that. Enchantress might... Enchantress still has the Grove Bow sitting in the stash. May want to bring that out at some point and have a neutral item. Meanwhile, here comes Liquid. You won't have that item for the fight. In fact, you won't have a Ricky for the fight either.
He dies so quickly.
Yep. Necro Books made sure he was never going to hide out either. And this initiation from Bo3 when it connects, you got no way out and you can't cancel him. He's already finished a Lincoln Sphere.
Very interesting build on Bo3. Usually you want to get like a BKB or a Force Staff to drag them further away. But with this build,
Dire's middle
max
tower
move
is under
speed,
attack.
pretty much, with Firefly, Windlaced, and Faded Brooch, it's more than enough. Right now, OG.Seed 2 supports don't feel like they're doing anything. Same goes for your offlaner. Enchantress is that kind of a hero, you know. She destroys the laning stage, but if you don't have a mid game, you just become a support.
That's kind of where I feel she is at. Meanwhile, new items get to arrive in from Liquid. That BKB for the Ember Spirits coming out in the courier right now.
Dire's bottom tower.
Monkey King's already got his and the Aghanim Scepter. So Liquid, a very formidable force. Mickey can mop up the top lane, so even that momentum you can gain, Mickey can just spear it back and keep the push going. And he's actually going for Dagon next. This Ember Spirit has a level 5 Dagon queued up. And originally it was actually an E-Blade I saw being prepared.
He's going for Dagon. He committed. He's not trolling.
Well, he hasn't committed yet. Let's wait until the actual commitment arrives. But it's still looking pretty much that way.
I believe he's committed. You would have not put Dagon 5 otherwise. You know, you would just put Dagon.
Oh,
I
we'll see
guess
if it
I can understand why.
If you can kill a target while they're lasso before the BKBs come up, yeah, I can see it.
It's also double Dagon during Grimstroke ulti. And Ricky is such a low HP hero. The BKBs are also dropping low. Already on
He actually brings Insania down. Hey, worth it. Totally worth it for Z-Freak. Don't know if it's worth it for the entire team, but it's still going to work.
Tower is under attack.
Creep Wave is pushing to top lane quite heavily too.
OG.Seed does not have any vision on the map. Couple of sentries, that's it. But they don't provide vision that they need. Gem plus Necrobook 3, they're getting rid of all the vision. It's so hard to play into blind map. I mean, you can say, yeah, why didn't he do that? But we are the ones that see the whole map, so it's pretty easy to judge.
Yeah. And Enchantress is looking for her own target. She's going to walk underneath the Radiant Orbs. Mickey may feel strong enough to try and fight this. Quick little slide of fists. But now Madara goes for his own thing, and Mickey might have thought wrong. Kuiper wants to help him out into the Wukong's command. Mickey get a BKB, and the rolling portal also arrived from Tiger. They try to run back out again. A quick little dusting, and Madara, they got the last on him before the BKB will arrive. A perfect chase on. He has buyback available. We'll see if he thinks it's even worth it, or if he just lets his comrades die. And another catch out. Z-Freak on the bottom lane. Zibe's trying to run away from Bo3, being forever sticky napalmed up with the rolling bolt of fort. They do get that chain control onto the Enchantress. She will not reach home. Coinfa with a triple kill. Claiming the life of Z-Freak as well.
To fight into no vision whatsoever. You're playing into superior vision, gem, and they had like 10k advantage coming into this fight. Once again, Bo3 with the great initiation, catching out Ricky. He's the one who's a damage dealer for his team.
Now Coinfa gets to beat the crap out of tier 3 towers. Ember still not the healthiest men sitting on the front lines.
Radiant structures
Getting hit by Illuminate after Illuminate, as well as the split shot of the tower doesn't help out. But hey, just go back to base and spirit back in when you're ready to fight. They leave the Lincoln Sphere protection on Coinfa. They can finish the tier 3 tower and then maybe back up and look for other bigger objectives. So got both the bounty runes on top, and you got a little longer for Roshan.
Yeah, Roche may respawn in a minute. And 20 seconds. Right now, it's so hard for OG.Seed to get outside their base. It's a smoke time. Like, you need to do something, otherwise you're just not playing to win.
If you do that, you're gonna walk into Bo3's invis rune. Like, you see the ping. Bo3's pinging himself. It's like, well, I'm invis here, and no one's coming this way. Radiant actually scanned the southern side. Luckily for OG, they walk the opposite direction.
And that's the smoke. Try to set up any kind of vision, get a kill.
Tiger.
Even though it's not a game-winning play, disarm. When he found out,
that wasn't the target he wanted. It actually cost him his life to do that. Now the 37-minute items actually appear too, so OG can kill 2 birds with 1 stone while they're out.
Havoc Hammer. No one's picking that one up yet. It's a decent item on Dragonite. It gives you almost 50 damage, and he's bringing it. But the active called Havoc, it's like a fart, Toby. It doesn't do anything. Like,
I don't know.
It just causes some commotion, but
Depends
it doesn't deal
man.
any real damage. You know, you might sniff it. It's not gonna, deal damage to your tonsils or anything. Like, your nose is gonna be fine.
Next time we fly together, we'll
Eating some beans.
We'll let you experience it. Have some beans, Mr. Zube, he's going to go down, or is he? A quick little Hurricane Pike away from himself, as well as the BKB. Just trying to survive, getting the Nature's Attendants out. That's a big BKB charge, still burned down, but living is better. Do we get some fun tier 4 items? We've just got Ninja Gear for Liquid so far. We've got Ninja Gear as well up for OG. Goes onto the Ricky, makes sense. As well as the Magic Lamp and the Havoc Hammer. That's out. And you do actually have that Havoc Hammer picked up. It's in the hands of the DK, so you were right.
Yeah, it gives him damage. That's it. Like, almost 50 damage. Gives him some extra survivability. For your items for Liquid, Monkey, they have nothing yet.
The fight's about to happen up on top. Poor little Hellbear Smashers trying to hold out against Nember as well as a Grimstroke. Doesn't know that there's a lot more behind him, however.
Dire's top tower is under
5
attack.
heroes versus 5 heroes. Pexu tries to rotate around. How many sentry wards can you plant? There's the outpost. It's going to be claimed. Is there a Dragon Tail stun? The blink forward. Chessie able to get it off with BKB. They're just trying to bring down this Earth Spirit. Can he actually get back out of the tricks of the trace? Way too much damage with the Soul Bind and the Lasso. They have the control factors, or do they? DK, yeah, he's down. No buyback for either of the big cores. Z-Freak goes up, but like all team fights, we expect him to die. And OG on the full retreat back into their base. Pexu, he might be lucky enough to survive. Coinfa is going to jump down and keep the chase going. No. Time to pull back. Look for the Enchantress instead. The BKB is now back off cooldown. So Zibe can use that, but Coinfa's moving in. They don't have the stun. No, couldn't get down in time, and Abyssal was on cooldown for 5 seconds.
They tried to go for Earth Spirit. who's extremely tanky. He's sitting at 3,000 HP with repair kit and Heaven's Halberd, so it amplifies his regen. Look at his HP regen per second. I mean, he has a Spirit Vessel heal at the moment, so 83, 44 when it's gone.
Dire's top tower is under
I mean, I can't blame OG.Seed for investing all their money in the items, not saving for buyback on neither Dragonite nor Ricky. Like, you need to take one good fight. There's no point in having a buyback, especially if you already used the BKB, so you can't really do anything. So it's a correct choice to go all in.
They're gonna smoke, and DK doesn't have Dragon Form, and he's also not alive yet. Midrax will be taken, and now, well, it's a good terrorize. Z-Freak looking for a Cursed Crown. Stun over on both Insania as well as Mickey. Mickey wants his BKB up and Tiger. Roll his boulders forward, getting rid of the very pesky Pexu. Tiger wants to keep on fighting, however. Z-Freak might have died. Mickey needs another quick spirit jump away. Enchantress perfectly controlling him while inside the Wukong's command. This is the Kuiper zone. Jesse will not escape, but a triple kill for Kuiper. Enchantress now losing the BKB. Is there a stun? The Curse Crown. Oh, Slider Fist Searing Chain is there for the range control, and that is GG. OG.Seed put up a fight. But at the end of the day, it's 2-0.
Liquid is just a better team, no doubt about it. OG.Seed has a lot of potential, you know, but